Join a galaxy of stars and celebrities as they gather in Disneyland for Disney's Captain EO Grand Opening.
My name is Patrick Duffy, and somehow, Toto, I don't think this is Dallas anymore.
That's right. We're in Disneyland, and we're happy to be hosting this very happy event.
What makes it even happier for me is to be joined by one of the stars of Family Ties, Justine Bateman.
And Patrick, this is definitely the place for all us party animals. I took a look at the guest list, and if everyone shows up, Hollywood is going to be a ghost town today.
Even the ghosts may show up here. When you tell people they're going to see the world premiere of a 3D film produced by the guy who did Star Wars, directed by the guy who did The Godfather, and starring the guy who made the largest-selling album in history, you know they're not going to just stay home and watch reruns of Gilligan's Island.
No, you know, we're talking about George Lucas, Francis Coppola, and Michael Jackson.
I knew that.
Well, if you knew that, we'll move on to the next plateau. See if you can guess which stars will be performing live here today.
You got your Belinda Carlisle, you got your Moody Blues, you got your Robert Palmer.
One more now.
You got your Starship.
Man is a winner, and so are you if you stay with us. Because in addition to the folks we just mentioned, over 100 celebrities will be celebrating with us today.
A consistently fine actor from Together We Stand, Elliot Gould. Skating star and Olympic champion, Dorothy Hamill.
From St. Elsewhere, the fumbling Dr. Ehrlich, better known as Ed Begley Jr. Here comes one of the most consistently fine actors in Hollywood, Mr. Charles Bronson. Star of her own hit TV series, Valerie Harper.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving down Main Street is the driving force behind Captain EO. He is the executive producer, and prior to that was responsible for such classic films as Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and American Graffiti, George Lucas.
There's the delightful Debbie Boone and a bevy of little Boones, and husband Gabri.
Here comes the multi-talented star of Gimme a Break, the bubbly and brash Nell Carter.
From Rocky IV, a real winner, Dolph Lundgren. From Knots Landing to the recording studio, the multi-talented Lisa Hartman.
Well, are you having fun so far?
Hey, what is not to like? Free food, free rides, free entertainment, and the best is yet to come.
You can bet the ranch on that.
I don't have a ranch.
I'll bet it for you.
Okay.
Anyway, what's coming up is a behind-the-scenes look at how this very special film was put together.
It's like being on the inside looking out.
That's what a behind-the-scenes look is.
I know that. And what looks so smooth on camera, it's really the product of thousands of man and woman hours of labor.
Right, and to think it all started out with just a simple idea.
To make the most spectacular 3D science fiction fairy tale musical singing, dancing extravaganza.
Don't worry, Herbie. Whoa!
Because you can't. We don't improvise in space.
You guys, we gotta find that home and beacon.
Okay, cut. Good. Very good, Michael. One last one. We got it. Mark that one as the first part of it. Good. Yeah. Now I want to...
The characters created for Captain EO are like a contemporary version of the Wizard of Oz.
Okay, let him go.
Hooter is a happy-go-lucky kind of character, traveling around in his undershirt. He's a lovable soul, kind of rough around the edges, but well-meaning.
Fuzzball is always whispering information to Captain EO. He's the intelligence gatherer.
Farm!
Major Domo is a kind of seedy but very wise old pirate robot. And Minor Domo sometimes rides around on his back like a papoose.
What are you going to say about Drake? Cut.
Then there are the geeks. One body, two heads, two personalities, always at odds with each other, even when they're flying the spaceship.
And of course, the leader himself, Captain EO.
Fuzzball flies out. He comes out. Michael comes out. Fuzzball looks around, comes back, goes to Michael, tells Michael to go on. Keep moving. They push Hooter out. He's chicken.
He's chicken. Hey, wait, Jeff. You're gonna get us caught. Why are you doing this?
Try even a whisper on that one. What are you doing? You know, you think it's funny, though. I mean, he sneezes right in the middle of the mission.
Hooter, listen, put it back and let's go.
Bombs are exploding all around you.
I'm overheated. See this fist?
And
1, 2, 3. Same pose on your nice focus on the end.
Even though Captain EO has an exciting story, spectacular visual effects, and fascinating characters, it's music and dance that are used to create much of the magic in this unique film.
1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2.
It feels about 1/3 too long to me before.
Well, we'll see how it
Yeah.
works itself out. Also, I think that we still have the flexibility afterwards,
Sure.
editing it down and,
Yeah, that's true.
and speeding it up.
1, 2, bum.
Want you to be bigger when you say, hey, I saw the place, you know, step right out and go back. You know. And when you go to run, you know, go sneak out like this.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The dancers are taught to do things with their bodies that seem very odd in rehearsal hall, but once it gets on film, it all makes sense.
Wow.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Though this film has its serious side, and filmmaking is a serious business, there are always moments when the only proper response is laughter.
He lights up the screen on silver spoons. Alfonso Ribeiro.
The party's great. It couldn't be better. It's more interesting than college football.
Here comes a favorite from Falcon Crest, Susan Sullivan.
Sitting here listening, saying, who's that? Who's that?
I know. You speak bad, Jason? A lot. That's great, a lot. We're having a wonderful time. It's a family party.
From Ruthless People and Beverly Hills Cop, Judge Reinhold.
A loving and generous couple in real life, John and Nancy Ritter.
The song you hear says, we built this city on rock and roll. And the performers who are singing it built a career on rock and roll. First as the Jefferson Airplane, then as Jefferson Starship, and today as just plain Starship. They still know how to get an audience to fly with them. It's the only way to go. Starship.
We built this city on rock and roll.
Oscar nominee and outstanding actress comedian, Whoopi Goldberg.
Rolling down the road is the star of the television series Growing Pains, Alan Thicke.
One of the hottest acts on record, the Pet Shop Boys. We're here today for the world premiere of Captain EO. One of the stars of Captain EO won the Oscar for a role in Prizzi's honor. She's a real menace as the supreme leader in Captain EO. But today she's just one of the gang, Angelica Houston.
An Oscar-nominated actress and star, Deborah Winger.
One half of the famous comedy team, Tommy Chong. Here comes one of the original Mouseketeers, Annette Funicello.
I expect to know how to dance when I walk out of this.
Last time I was in Disney, my mother and I almost had cardiac arrest from Space Mountain.
This is just like Knots Landing, but with laser beams.
One of the greatest athletes of all time, O.J. Simpson.
There's that pop idol and snappy dresser, singer-songwriter Stephen Bishop.
Well, I came here to see how Mickey Mouse at his age still manages to look like Dick Clark.
Coming towards us now is the Academy Award-winning actress who plays the part of the Supreme Leader, the resident bad lady in the film Captain EO. She co-starred in Prizzi's Honor and can soon be seen in the sequel to that film, Angelica Houston. Stay with us for more of Captain EO, Belinda Carlisle,
The Moody Blues and Stars Galore.
Now coming up Main Street is charming Cheryl Ladd. Here's a comedian who always makes me laugh, Paul Rodriguez.
Also along for the ride today is one of the stars of You Again, John Stamos.
One of the originals on Hill Street Blues, Officer Bobby Hill, known to us as Michael Warren.
And there's the spicy novelist, Jackie Collins.
An Academy Award-winning actress now starring in the film Night Mother, Sissy Spacek.
Patrick, you old enough to remember a group called the Go-Go's?
You mean, am I young enough?
Well, do you remember the blonde girl who used to sing with them?
Yeah, like it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Oh, well, her name was Belinda Carlisle.
And still is. And if you know that much, you must also know she recently started a solo career and she's doing fabulously well.
I knew that. Not only did I know that, but I also know that's who's singing right now over there.
So why don't we stop talking and start listening?
That's a good idea, Ollie. Belinda Carlisle.
Last night I gave up on myself. I hit the bed. Tell me what should I do? And in a dream I saw your face. It's more than just a place. You make me wanna give my heart away. The magic I never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. Magic is an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more and today I woke up by myself. I hit the street. I wondered what should I do. I never noticed from the start that I could feel alive again, that I could feel alive. The magic I can never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. Magic is an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more and I never noticed from the start that I could feel alive again, that I could feel alive. Magic like I never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. Magic is an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more and magic like I never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. Magic is an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more and magic like I never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. There's an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more and magic like I never felt before. I imagine that it's always been there. There's an angel looking after me. Angel baby, give me more and more.
I live near Disneyland, so I grew up in this place. It's like my hometown here, so I'm very, very excited to be here.
Came to see Mickey and Michael. What a combination.
We're just going to have some kind of a space ball today.
We're really excited to see Michael Jackson's new film. He's a genius. I knew this would be a genius, and I feel like a kid today. What can I say?
Please tell me something about the character that you play in Captain EO.
I play the supreme leader. Michael Jackson comes to my planet and transforms me ultimately. I'm a very evil, greedy, vain, horrible person.
Character
Until he
part.
sings to me. Character. It's nice in Captain EO because I get transformed, so I get to be a nice queen.
You get to end up on the good side. Well, how long, you know, I did a show a long time ago called Man from Atlantis, and I thought I spent a lot of time in makeup because I spent about 2 hours. You went through a great deal more for this, didn't you?
Oh, yes, about 5 to 7. 5 on a good day. And then I was suspended from the spider's webs. By the time I got to actually go on camera, I was extremely even.
You're working with a hero of so many young people in this country now and around the world, Michael Jackson. Was that all right?
Oh, it's wonderful. He's terrific. He's so adorable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick. Pleasure. Thank you.
One of the stars of Captain EO, Dick Shawn.
Here's a member of the original Saturday Night Live cast, Garrett Morris.
One of America's most distinguished actresses, Julie Harris.
Superman's favorite lady, Margot Kidder. It looks like Bull from Night Court, Richard Mall.
Here comes the star of the new series, What a Country, Yakov Smirnoff.
Joining the party is Punky Brewster's alter ego, Soleil Moon Frye.
All right, well, let's see what those lasers do this time.
The gentleman in charge is George Lucas.
Great. And the seat lights. And the LN2.
Hey, guys. And that's Michael Eisner, chairman of the board, chief executive officer for the Walt Disney Company.
This is really impressive. I mean, no audience, no film, just these effects. This really is unbelievable. George, how's it going?
Well, it's coming along. We've tested out all the last in-theater effects, and they're working great. You know.
I'll tell you, when I walked in, I couldn't believe it. Actually, I thought we were on fire with all the smoke and the effects and the strobes, and I called the Disney Fire Department.
I think it's going to be pretty spectacular. I mean, the guys have done a great job. I mean, they've spent the last 6 months in this little room slaving away, trying to make all the effects sync up with the picture. And, you know, it's going to be pretty phenomenal.
I don't think Michael Jackson would have done it if it wasn't for you.
I think everybody is very excited about the fact that we're doing so many different things. You know, I mean, Michael and Francis and everything are very excited about the idea of taking the 3D concept and pushing it one step further. I think that's what's excited everybody. You know, you gave us the opportunity to build a theater around a movie, and that's never been done before.
I will leave you to, is it finished? Is it really going to open in a little while?
I think it might. We're right down to the wire, but I think we're going to get finished.
Well, congratulations. I think it's going to be great, and I'll let you get back to work, even though I know you'd rather sit here and talk to me for another 2 hours. I'll let you get back to work.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Michael. Okay, can we see the lasers again?
And Russia also had 3D. It's depression, detention, and my favorite, defection.
There's so much energy in the park. It's unbelievable. I can't wait to see the show. I mean, I've heard so many great things.
This might just be the biggest darn party I've ever seen. But if you notice the motif here,
There's also so many
certain motif, and there's this 3D effect, 3D movie. You see, I have a theme.
So Walt Disney said it, you know, as long as there's imagination, Disneyland will never stop growing. It never will. This is part of the growth of Disneyland.
Justine, are you old enough to remember a group called the Moody Blues?
You mean, am I young enough?
Yes, are you young?
Of course I know the Moody Blues. They're one of the hottest groups around today.
Yeah, well, did you know they've been together for over 20 years?
You're kidding. I mean, I've only been together for 20 years.
Just goes to show you some things get better with age.
Well, no matter how old or young you are, they still sound as fresh and new as tomorrow.
The Moody Blues are for all time.
Tonight is the driving beat of the world. The word down here on the streets tonight is the truest music you've heard. So take your share of the gifts that are there. They all belong to you. And come what may, at the break of each day,
up next, Robert Palmer and the first look at Captain EO.
Be there for the blast-off.
Yahoo! More celebrities are arriving for Disney's world premiere of Captain EO here today. There's Francis Coppola, the director of Captain EO. From St. Elsewhere, it's Stephen First.
I'd like to sneak off to Space Mountain, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance.
It's a small world is what I'd like to sneak off to.
The man who was responsible for the magnificent direction of the Captain EO film. Amongst his many film credits are The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and The Cotton Club. Francis Coppola.
A little nervous. I'm a little worried.
Nervous and 3D.
3D.
No, I really feel like dancing.
I'm talking with Francis Coppola, the director of Captain EO and one of the most respected filmmakers in America.
Thank you very much for the compliment.
You're very welcome. Well, now you, obviously, in my opinion and so many other people's opinion, are a perfectionist and produce great things. George Lucas, obviously, another perfectionist. Michael Jackson, we all know, is quite a perfectionist. You get three perfectionists in the same room discussing ideas. You ever sort of come at loggerheads with one another? Did it flow pretty smoothly?
Really, it was extremely pleasant. The days we spent on this show were very pleasant. Michael Jackson was a lot of fun to work with. He's like a kid, you know, and this was like working with a lot of big toys. And George and I had worked many, many times in the past, so I can't think of one argument really that we had.
A nice family type of situation. I have one question. When something as special as this develops, how does it start? What's the first idea that gets something like this to develop?
It begins with an idea and then gathering a team of creative people who can take the idea and run with it.
Flip, and he lands in there.
The idea is always modified along the way, and soon it begins to take on a form and a shape of its own. George would give his input, we'd discuss it, talk about it, argue about it, and eventually reserve judgment until we had something tangible to look at. I'd look over his shoulder and he'd look over mine. And once we agreed on something, the craftsmen on our team would swing into action. The carpenters, the masons, the decorators, and fabricators would also add their skills. The choreographer did too, as well as the musicians, the wardrobe and costume people, the painters and electricians. What are you telling me? Really takes your rag. Really takes your... Dancers, those hard-working and often underrated group of professionals, would start building their routines first to counts and then to music. Always fighting the clock, work is intensified even more as the shooting deadline approaches. Then the rehearsal is over, and now it's for real. New demands, new craftsmen adding their talents, coordinating their efforts with those of the other artists to achieve that something unique called Captain EO. And that's the spirit in which the thing was put together here.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
I think the party is going pretty swell. Would you take a look at this? Does that look like an unhappy face? You're having fun, aren't you? Yeah. We're getting ready to go see Captain EO, so I think we're in a hurry.
That sexy guy singing that song claims that when he was my age, he was influenced by such great artists as Nat King Cole, Peggy Lee, and Billie Holiday. Today, because of his own special talent, he influences a whole new generation of pop singers. His name is Robert Palmer, and he's addicted to love.
Jackson and Disney, huh? You just can't go wrong with that, can you?
Daddy, look at that big balloon!
You got big balloons over there, they got everything. What more do you need?
Oh, the special on Captain EO. No!
So you might as well face it. We're all addicted to love.
Well, it's so far so good.
Stay tuned for the grand finale and a preview look at Captain EO.
While we're celebrating here at Disneyland, thousands of people are lining up down in Orlando to get their first look at the fantastic Captain EO. Epcot is the only other place in the universe outside of Disneyland where one can see this 3D musical motion picture space adventure. It's not a ride, it's not an exhibit, it's not just for kids, and it's not just for grown-ups. Captain EO, as the folks in Florida will soon find out, is a total experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, the combined Locke High School and Washington High School bands join forces in a salute to Captain EO. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the brightest lights on Broadway and the star of the film A Chorus Line, Greg Burge.
Moving down a bright electric highway, neon rainbows blazing in my sky above, kaleidoscopic pictures floating my way. I'm a tingling with the thrill of joy and love. The future's doing a number on my senses, yeah. A miracle's about to come alive. We got to make way for tomorrow, bright and shiny and new. Oh, make way for tomorrow. She's thundering out of the blue. Dawn is breaking on a brand new dream. You better get in step and get on the beam. And let's make way for tomorrow. Get ready for the wonder and the world. Look out, 'cause tomorrow is here right now. Right now. Make way for the customs of Captain EO. They just dropped in from deep space. Here comes Hooter, the geeks, and Major Domo. From Captain EO, from Captain EO, yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-stars of Captain EO, Hooter, the Geeks, and Major Domo.
still believe in the magic world of fantasy and imagination.
For all those who are still moved by the wonders of music and dance.
For all those who share Walt Disney's dream and delight in the promise of the future, we cut this ribbon signifying the opening of the 3D musical motion picture space adventure, Captain EO.
I know how proud Walt Disney was of Disneyland in 1955 when it opened. And with all the improvements and the additions that they've done, I know that Uncle Walt would be just as proud today.
Well, the waiting and the planning and the wondering is finally over.
Captain EO is about to take off, so fasten your glasses and prepare for a journey beyond the imagination.
Let me see this gift!
Not only see, Your Highness, but hear.
Well, Captain EO still has a while to play in there, but judging from the reaction so far, that theater is going to be very busy for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm glad we're here for opening day. And the thing I like best about Captain EO is that it's the kind of experience you can go to over and over again and discover something new each time.
Yeah, and you don't have to tell people that you're going to see it for the sake of the kids. It's got something for everybody, no matter what age you are.
We'll be back with more of the festivities, so don't go away.
Oh, don't even get a sandwich. We don't have to wear special glasses to tell we have glimpsed into the future today, and it looks terrific. I have a feeling Captain EO is going to be around for years and years and years.
I'll bet you're right. On behalf of the Disney organization, all our guests, Patrick and myself, thank you for sharing this hour with us.
We bid you goodbye and hope your dreams come true.
Goodbye, everybody. Now, can we go back and see the film?
Here's looking with you, kid.
All right.
Disney's Captain EO grand opening, this is Jack Wagner speaking.
Next, laugh with television's funniest ladies, the Golden Girls. What deep, dark secret brought the Golden Girls together? And it's NBC's new laugh-out-loud comedy hit, Easy Street, starring Lonnie Anderson, Jackie Lamb, and Lee Weaver. Then Hunter's hot on the prowl to catch the killer of his former partner. Will the pursuit drive him over the edge? Tonight,